Okay, that's an Otti unit. It's probably locked. 17.8. High temp. I think it should be cooling. I think that's the compressor symbol, and that's the internal fans. These are probably off a pressure switch. It's got the cover off. It's on 407C, which is odd. I was expecting 404A. I don't like the look of that oil, and the whole compressor's wet. So there must be something going on up here somewhere. I think that's been changed. I don't know if we've got a low pressure switch on these or not. I didn't think they had. We've got a high pressure, that's a fan cycling switch. Might pop the cover off and have a look. Okay, well we can't see anything immediately obvious. The favourite thing with these is they burn wires off. Still power on. We might have a bit of a time delay. It's probably before that comes on. It does a little diagnostics flashing, which tells you it wants to be on, but it's on the lockout. It's probably 2 or 3 minutes. I might have set it at a minute minimum on first power up. The clunk would have been that. So if that was on, you could have a burnt wire on the top of the compressor, I suppose. Or even the contactor might have shit itself. Okay. That's incoming. So we've got 230 volts, 240 volts, 237 coming in. I think that fuse is just for the control circuit. I could be wrong. Yeah, we've got 230 volts on that side. On that side, so that fuse isn't blown. I don't think. Okay, contactor's pulled in. We're not showing any current on that wire. Nothing on there really. I think the humming I can hear is the contactor coil. So hopefully we've got 230 volts on the outlet. So I think we need to investigate the wiring on this. It might be on the top of there. Okay, I think we're going to undo the plug so it's completely disconnected, and then we need to get in there. I think this cover would come off and then the fans can come out, but I think that's going to be more trouble than it's worth. So anyway, we'll see if we can get that cover off. Okay, so that's live. Live in goes to the black wire, which is that one up there. The grey wire, neutral, comes in down to that 410 down the bottom. That's the grey wire, so that's probably the common. And the start is on the black wire, which is here, which that brown wire will go to the, no, brown wire, sorry, that's the wrong brown wire. That one there is the start winding. That come down into that black, which should go to the run cap, and then the neutral, and the start cap is the red wire, which the relay joins in. So we should be able to pull those wires off and see if we've got any resistance, and then if we haven't got any, then we'll go up to the top. Okay, we've got the little diagram of the windings. Brown to grey is 7.6 ohms. grey to common is open line. It's quite hot in the sun here, it's just shining on my head. And brown to black is open line. As long as I've got a connection. So we've either got a broken cable, which can happen, or most likely there are problems up here. The spider. They may have a little Clixon or something up the top there. Might be burnt out because that's probably in the common. Okay, we can see a burnt wire in there, but we can't get the cover off because the pipes have got it. So, oh, there we go. Take it all back. It's not a stupid design. It's perfectly reasonable. That wire's burnt off of there. And the earth isn't even connected. This is a replacement compressor because it's got a Comptech warranty label on it. So the original ones died a death, I think, and they've put this one on. So it might not be the exact same one that was in here originally, or they might have had to have repiped it slightly differently. Anyway, let's see if we can get that off there and the terminal cleaned up. Do something with this. Okay, we've got that joined on there. I always save these. You get a lot of these wires with Tecumseh Unité Hermetique units. So if I scrap one or something, I save all these little bits of wire. They usually have a crimp on each end. They use them as little jumpers off of the relays to go on the capacitors and things. They're a handy source of these flag crimps. Anyway, we'll give that terminal a clean up. We've got some sandpaper, and then we'll keep our fingers crossed, I think. Oh, we'll check these first. Check the capacitors. Okay, we've got those back on there. Pinched them a bit to get them a bit tighter. That little peg with a screw, stud with a nut that this was missing. It's got this rubber cover. Whatever. If you take that off, I think that gap is then big enough for you to slide it over the thread, and then you drop that back down, and it won't come off then. I think that's the way that will go back on. Okay, now we're getting some sensible readings. 3.144. So it sort of adds up, and they often don't add up perfectly, because you could have a 0.1 or 2 ohm resistance where you're making where your leads go in. So, but if they're in the ballpark, you're okay. So we'll get these put back on the relay. Oh, we've got to check these as well before I forget. $33 microfarads, and it should be a 35, so it's near enough. Remco, yeah, it's obviously not factory. It's a Remco one. So we'll check the start cap as well. Right, that's fired up. It's pulling about 4 amps. I don't know what it should pull. It's probably been on for 5 minutes. It's been whittering away on the phone. It's coming down. It was 17 something, I think, when we turned it on. It's 16.2 now. We'll watch it cool down and watch it cycle on and off a few times. I think they might have got away with it. What's going on with it? What is that, this thing? Might be that. I think it's that thing. I don't know. So that's having a fit. It's a new one. It usually beeps just when it turns off. I think we might have confused it then, because I caught it just as it was beeping and turned it off and back on again. It's got stuck in that mode. Yeah. I think unabsorbed max, I think that's a 7.2. Max is 14.8. Start is 38. Compressor power 700 watts, about 1 horsepower. 407C, 1 kilo. Made in Italy. I don't know what age this thing is. It's hard to be on 47C, but that's a style. It's like an air conditioning compressor. We're putting 4.4, but we're just on the compressor wires. So the actual thing itself is going to be pulling more because you've got the two condenser fans on the evaporator fans. There's probably two fans on there as well. That's coming down 15 degrees. I don't know if they've got a load of stuff in there or not, but we took 2.5 degrees out. We've had to blank that off for the airflow. Plus I think it's probably short of gas, so it's not going to work as well as it should do. Incoming power there. Let's try that, shall we? 6 point something, here we go. Better than 7.2. Let's see, start winding I think. 4 amps, so that's coming off of these. 3.8, that's what that's kicking out. 4 on that one.